Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We have Queen Afua. She's back. Welcome back.
Thank you. I feel like this is a homecoming. Or something.
It is.
It feels
It's
so
Supernova.
good in here.
How you feeling? How you guys feeling?
We're feeling so happy to be here. First, I want to say I love you all so much for supporting the work of healing and wellness for our community. Because whenever we say we're coming on, everybody is ear to the ground. So just really want to just give you that gratitude top of the hour.
Thank you,
Thank you
Queen.
so much. I appreciate you.
I was talking about you yesterday with Debbie Brown.
Debbie Brown. Oh, God, I love her. Yeah. We have a lot of interconnected relationships, all these medicine women and medicine men. You know, it's a rise. I say this is the era, this is the rise of the healer.
Absolutely.
And we all have different medicine. And if we could recognize each other's medicine, that we're not lacking anything. You know, you are the medicine of communication. So we come here, we get the word out, then we know what to do, where to go, how to heal.
That's right.
So I just want to say, I'm just acknowledging all the different forms of medicine and all this different. And I'm happy to see your face.
Thank you. I'm happy to
Feminine
meet
principle. The medicine woman.
You have the Ascension weekend that's coming up. And
2025. Ascension 2025.
Yeah, it's a 3-day cultural extravaganza that features personal healing activities, live performances, wellness workshops, networking, and a holistic health expo. It's from August 1st to the 3rd in Brooklyn. What is the purpose of the Ascension event?
The Ascension is actually the work coming to life. There's two bodies of work. This is my secret weapon.
Supernova.
I said, you have to roll in here right quick. Can't wait till Friday. Roll in here right quick because we got to where we're going to be here because we're about bringing families into a state of well-being because we know we're all traumatized, we're all broken, we're wounded, we're fighting amongst each other, you know, so there's a lot of pain. So through Sacred Women, there's 100 Sacred Women and Man Healed. Like I said, they're showing up from all parts of the country, some from Canada, some from, just around the world, and they're coming to restoration. And I said, why are we going to restoration? Because it's going to be a 3-day celebration, making a connection, going back out in the world to do work in our families and our community. And so we're coming together to graduate them, but it's going to be about art and drama because we all have a traumatic story to tell. And through the 12 weeks, Man Heal Thyself through 12 weeks, Sacred Women from all different spiritual houses went through 12 weeks of transformation. So we're coming here to show up to what it looks like to be whole. But you don't just get here on Ascension and be done. Supernova says, Ascension, maintain, ma'at, sustain. That means once you get to that ascended level, now you got to work to keep it. You know, once you get to your wealth, you got to work to maintain it.
That's right.
So it's all, once you get that mental clarity, then you got to work to keep that mental clarity strong. So this Ascension is to pull us all together. And why restoration? Restoration came up when I was coming up. It's right in the heart of Brooklyn. In that building, there's a reason. It's historical. And we've all been there. And different times of my walking journey, they've always helped to support whatever I'm doing. So restoration is about us restoring. And it's Friday, we're having a meet and greet, but Saturday is Man Heal Thyself. And the men are coming. We're going to celebrate them, give the testimonies, because our men are in trouble. They're in trouble between the high blood pressure, the prostate cancer, the early death, all the trauma they're going through, keeping all that stuff in.
Cortisol levels rising all the time because of stress.
All that. And then that's where the domestic violence comes in. I came with Stephanie McGraw before because there's a lot of battle inside of the man, and he's showing it up in his female, his woman, and his family, and it's just trauma upon trauma. And then Sunday we have the women will come out and they'll show their dramas. And from death to resurrection, we begin to heal. And the work that they are to do, their mission and the theme of everything I'm doing is to create a healer in every family. Everyone must begin to take it on. We're not stopping the medical profession. Continue seeing your physician, but also claim nature. Our grandmothers knew what to do. They used the different herbs for different things. We just got to bring that right back. And then begin to activate it as a way of life. Not when you get sick, you're going to take a herb. It's how do you get well and then stay well. So that's what this is really, it's a ministry. And the bottom line, I asked the Most High, and I was in the hall in the lobby here, and I was like looking and reading this. I said, "Oh, Most High, the artists. Why are you here, Alec? Nova, Supernova. Ali, you're one of my sons, because he's an artist." And I got clear that the artist has the big piece of the medicine. People hear the artist, but what is the artist saying? You know. So we have. So I looked on the wall and I said, okay. I saw all these great artists. I was reflecting, and why did the whole world listen to them? And because it's a frequency, an energy that they have, and can they get the message of wellness inside of that? So whenever we hear that rhythm, because my theme is the traps. We got to get out these traps.
What are the traps?
What are some of the traps? There's domestic violence trap. Just say get out the trap.
Get out the trap.
Relationship trap.
Get out the trap.
Drug addiction trap.
Get out the trap.
Incarceration trap.
Get out the trap.
Mental depression trap.
Get out the trap.
Fibroid tumors leading to a hysterectomy. That's a pipeline.
Get out the trap.
Trauma, stress.
Get out the trap.
Financial traps.
Get out the trap.
Marriage issues.
Get out the trap.
Prostate cancer.
Get out the trap.
I mean, we just go on and on
You
and
got
on.
an album coming out?
And who's not in the trap, huh?
You got an album coming out? You and your
Well,
son?
yes, it is. And more than likely, you want to produce it because, and you know what? I got a vision about, it was 4 days ago. I got up at 3:30. I said, "Oh, Most High, what are you trying to show me? What are you trying to tell me?" And it really was get out the trap. When you come on this show, you got to tell me, we got to get out the trap. We have to galvanize. You know, I called, the first one I called is Loren London, my spiritual daughter. And I sent a little text to her at 4 o'clock in the morning. I said, "Now, when you wake up, just take a look at this." I said, "I got to come to L.A. and we got to do a production." I'm a drama queen, although I'm very quiet, very because I took everyone's drama in. I've been doing this for 50 years, hearing pain and suffering every day, but I don't feel the pain and suffering in me. So somehow I got out of a lot of the traps, right? So I had to backtrack myself. How did I get out these traps? But I'm gonna be the drama queen, and I'm gonna let all the traps get up on me from this situation and that situation. And then I said, wait a minute, Supernova has the soundtrack to the traps. I said, drugs masquerading as food. Boom. And I get the traps are on
I
me.
like that. Now don't speed past that,
I
Queen
know,
Afua.
right?
Drugs masquerading as food.
Yeah.
Check. That's a slam down, boom. Then he got another one, I am the shrine, I am the mind. So when I lose my mind and I'm trapped, you're going to see, because I'm internal, but then I'm going to be all the way external. And I just got word from Agape, from Reverend Michael Beckwith. He said, it sounds good to me. Let's galvanize. It's getting the medicine women troops together, and that we bring it through art and music and dance. And we will move ourselves while we're taking the juices and the herbs and the teas, and while we're building our wellness kitchen lab. That's why these 7 books. My son Ali says, "Ma, you have a encyclopedia. I'm gonna leave these books, and these are all medicine books. Somebody in here needs the immigrant." This matter of fact just came off the press. It's in Amazon. This is my grassroots production. A mainstream.
Tell us about some of them, Queen. You
Because
say you got 7 of them.
It's 7 of them,
Okay.
right? So I got, this is, they're in the making. They just dropped yesterday. I've been working on them for 3 years, but here it is.
Congratulations, first of all. They just dropped yesterday. Congratulations.
Soul Food Vegan Kitchen. Now, we all want to eat that sweet potato pie. We want those greens, but it's how you do it so you don't hurt yourself. Because the fast food industry, it's in the music, right? The fast food industry got us in a trick bag, got us in a trap. Now, I'm not naming no names, but I'm saying we're going to have to make the food more at home. We're going to have to do old school. We're going to have to put down our laptops and sit down as a family and begin to eat together and discuss our freedom talks and our financial abundance and what we're going to do as a family to build business. My family, they're my first team, age 4, age 6, and age 8. They was on my squad. It was the 4 of us. Supernova the first one. My daughter came in second lead, Sharice, and then Ali came in last. They all have a part of the work. Man, heal thyself. And the healing music. I said, what I'm doing as a family, my daughter with the womb works and the womb healing, because they're giving us hysterectomies like it's going out of style. Fibroid tumors are 90%. When the book Sacred Women came out, 45% of Black women have fibroid tumors. Now here it is, 2025, and 90% of Black women have fibroid tumors. which is the pipeline to a hysterectomy. So me and my daughter have been having major conversations and talks because the book is coming out, The Random House, next year, Won't Care Love. And then my youngest son, who kept the formulas going, he's the clay for the pain, the breath of life, and the green life for the brain, the memory, the energy, the master herb to break the addiction. So it's a whole world, and it's time for it to come out now. So the books are a part of it.
What does the live kitchen and rejuvenation kitchen mean?
Okay, thank you. That's right, pull me back. What's your sign?
Cancer.
Okay, that's good, because that's why you help your people. Okay, the emerald green. The emerald green is all about chlorophyll. The more chlorophyll, the more the brain rejuvenation. Chlorophyll is a plant based from the sun. Through photosynthesis, it goes into the plant, and we become sunlight, energized. So it's a cancer. It's a high blood pressure. It will bring it down. So you may just do a 24-hour green day on avocados and lime water and 2 green salads and a green vegetable soup and some lima beans or split peas. You just and all herbs. 2 or 3 days of that, your pressure will go down, your energy will build up. So what I put in is I put recipes, I put concepts, I put prayers, I put movements, I put affirmation. So that's the emerald green. Who in the building needs the emerald green right now? I'm going to just drop that over to you.
All of us.
All of us.
Okay. I'm going to lead the books.
And
okay.
Then when you, not to cut you off, but when you were just saying something about fibroids, right? That you were just saying that, right? So I just had a baby. She's 11 months old, right? And I find after I had her, menstruals have been crazy, right?
How many days?
From the 7, 8, sometimes 9.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And it's to
What
the
you
point-
eating? What are you eating? Okay, that's where it is. It's what we put in our mouth is what's creating what's in our womb.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. What's in our thoughts and what's in our feelings, what's eating up at us. And that's what creates the heavy bleeding. So the that's the pipeline. Once you get, the bleeding can lead to blood transfusions because you lose so much blood till you get so weak. So we got to stop that. All the sacred women who go through the 12 weeks of detoxification, all the women who go through the womb yoga, all of that, their menstrual flow every month goes down 1 day less and 1 day less. So then after a season of you cleansing, say you started right now, and the time you get to October, your menstrual flow will be down 4 days.
Okay.
Right? And it won't be a crash shift. It will just be, okay, cut this down, less meat, or no meat, no fried, no dairy, no GMO. We were just talking in the studio, Raji and that, we're saying GMO, we're becoming GMO people.
Yeah.
I said, can I get a watermelon with some seeds in it? Can I get that? Can I get some grapes with some seeds in it? I have not seen a seed grape for years.
For a long time.
Long time. Lemons, limes, seeds taken out. That means it's not real food.
That's right.
It's man-made. So we got to shift because that's why you have the heavy bleeding. Go to tumors.
Yes, and also the cramps.
It's all connected.
Unbearable. To the point.
If I don't, please pull out.
Give us some remedies.
Okay. What you
And
can
she
do?
loved
One
pork
of the
too,
one.
Queen.
One of the one I have. We're gonna drop that off to you. We can give it to you now. Womb fruit julep. Womb fruit julep is gonna build up your blood. I have that's blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, cranberry.
Is that what you give in the
That's
kit?
in the bag. It's
Okay,
in
got
the
it.
bag.
okay,
I done
sorry
brought
about that.
gifts.
Thank you.
Tell us you got to stop the pork.
Well, did you know what? No, she can't stop the pork until she gets the master herbal.
Yeah, thank you.
When she
'Cause
gets,
that's
she
why
needs
I eat
help
it,
because
I
it's
know
in
I
the
need master
blood.
herbal.
We got to clean out the blood and stuff is passed down. Stop messing with her. It's in the blood. So when we clean out the blood, then all of a sudden you said, wait a minute, a whole week has gone by. I didn't have any meat, or I didn't have any, maybe beef, or I didn't have any. And so over a season, the more we get that's dandelion, that's alfalfa, that's red clover, the blood cleansers, because addictions are passed down through our DNA. It's passed down through the bloodline. So whatever your mother and father was eating in conception, that's you. And then you eat it throughout your childhood, your teenagehood, and to your adulthood. So it's not as easy to break addictions. And it's the same as sugar. You can't break the sugar addiction. And all the food is laced with sugar. So it keeps us in this rat race of toxicity. That's called what? The trap.
The trap.
Talk about alcohol though as well, like.
Well,
and
alcohol
the effects
is
of alcohol,
because
especially
people.
in the morning.
Alcohol is because. Oh, you're morning alcoholic?
Yeah, Queen.
To get your day going?
Not me, no.
Not,
I ain't calling nobody out. I'm not going to say.
Queen,
We ain't naming we not naming no names.
No names.
He's pointing at you.
They always pointing something.
They're getting at you.
I didn't know she was saying this.
No,
I smelled
but you know
alcohol.
what? You know what that is.
This
Well,
is
you know,
water,
right now this is a group consultation.
Yeah, this is an intervention, ain't it?
This is an intervention.
Queen
This
said,
is
"Don't pay me
this is-
after this one. This is too much for me."
They need to be at Ascension 2025. That's
Well, you know what? Well, that's really depression. That's pain. That's numbing. You got to numb out. Something is disturbing. It could be a relation. That's a relationship trap. So you don't want to feel it.
Parents.
So you don't want to feel it. So you got to have
Family.
something to have you to just to cope.
Talk that talk.
So you start having a coping mechanism, becomes normal. It starts off easy. And then, you not feel a little sad about this. I made a phone call, a text, all that. And over time, it eats away at the soul, eats away at the spirit, and gets more depression. So one toxic action leads into a deeper toxic action. Just like one wellness action leads into another wellness action. So we can get out of it. We need help. As far as I'm concerned, the Creator has a master plan for our lives. We can come out of these sicknesses. You've been letting me come in for a long time. But, I'm thinking about Beverly Barn, who called me up during the pandemic. And she said, Queen, Black Girls Rock, she said, we don't know what to do. We don't know how to do it. Could you please help us? I said, okay. So I figured she'll call me, a week or two. I said, when you like me to come on? 2 days from now. Boom. What? Okay, it's like that. And I was ready. She put the music on. She said 1 hour. When I was finished, I looked at the clock. 1 hour later, boom, I'm done. The music came back on. After that, she called me. We stuck together for 5 months.
Wow.
And I in her social realm, we did a 21-day detox. I did it as a gift. I want to give this as a gift to the Breakfast Club.
Let's do it.
A 21-day detox, our people.
We're gonna do that.
That's powerful.
We're gonna do that before you leave. But I want you to tell us what the live kitchen is too.
Oh, the live. First I want to give honor and praise to Arce out of Panama. We came together about 45, 50 years ago. I gave him colonics, massage, and he brought live foods to our Black community in Brooklyn. The live cakes, the live pies, anybody know back in the day, the live meals, it was just wonderful. And we all came to his apartment, we piled in there. So I dedicated and I said, I want to honor him as a healer, because I'm always honoring the healers. Dr. Sabi, thank you. I said, Dr. Africa, thank you. Pouring libation for them, because, the shoulders we stand on. Of course, Imhotep, and the mama who brought him in the world. But so live foods is connected to this green, emerald green. Emerald green is all green. And Supernova, when he was 17, I sent him out of New York City so he wouldn't get shot to death in the street. Right, Nova? Okay. So I said, okay, because, he's all flashing. But I said, anyway, he came back with a gift.
Right.
The
Nova
gift
was
was
running
what?
in the streets.
Yes.
He came back. What did you come back and give me?
I overcame my addiction to processed sugar. I correlated my sugar addiction came from my hurt with my father that was dealing with substance abuse, crack cocaine. So mother's the healer, father's the killer. And then so I knew early on that I'm a vegan, born and raised vegan, but why am I eating all this sugar? Because I was sad because of his condition. So he was on the crack, which suffocates the oxygen flow to the brain, and I'm doing the same thing with the processed white sugar. And so I remember my mother used to give me like the green life, like the greens, the various micronutrients, the chlorella, the spirulina, the wheatgrass, the alfalfa, the dandelion, in different degrees when I was smaller, so that's why we were nutritionally deficient. A lot of people like, your kids look normal, because she made sure that she was very nutritionally heavy with us, making sure that we didn't have those gaps. So we didn't have a lot of the sicknesses a lot of the kids had. But when I made the correlation, I realized that I needed to heal myself and my addiction to the processed sugar. My skin was breaking out, I had low energy, depressed. And so I took a gallon of water. I put a tablespoon of each of the ingredients I mentioned, the alfalfa, the dandelion, the chlorella, the spirulina, the wheatgrass, and some ginger also helps the digestion. I took it in a gallon, and 7 days of doing that, a gallon of water every day, I noticed my cravings disappeared because I had all that fresh oxygen coming back into the blood, right? That's what the chlorophyll does. It restores the oxygen to the blood. So it does the opposite that the sugar does. The sugar biochemically, sugar naturally in sugar cane is good, but when you heat it up, it becomes an addictive substance, and that's what cuts the oxygen flow to the brain, right? So once I did that for 7 days, I noticed that I had more energy, my skin cleared up, my addiction went away. And so when I came back from down south, and she used to have her 21-day fast and shut-ins, I shared a testimony with everybody that, you know, that I was now consider myself a chlorophyllian, which was, it's in a lineage of being a vegan, but it was more focused on the greens, on the animal foods, because I recognized that the
green and the sun.
Right, I recognized that the amino acids in the chlorophyll, protein builders, help to build the body, but it also detoxes, you know. So so 70% of my eating was basically chlorophyllic foods, and that's how I was able to restore myself and get rid of my addictions, because I set in that discipline, you know. So
can I ask you a question though?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Real quick, you said that you started eating the sugar because of your father's addiction. Now,
Right.
was it because of his addiction or because he wasn't there for you like he needed to be as a father?
It was all of that. It was
Okay.
it was just so the sweetness, right? The sweetness, the wanting to, you know, the comfort of feeling in those moments when you're eating a lot of sweets, you feel good.
Satisfied.
You feel satisfied, right? And so, but I just made a correlation, Charlamagne, like, wait a minute, you know, I'm doing it too much. You know, I'm overdoing it. I'm you know, eating all the vegan snacks plus just regular junk. But I made the correlation. I said, why am I always doing this? You know, and I thought about my father and him and what he was going through. And I started to really reflect, like, wow, you know, him not being there, him going through his own rites of passage. This is how I'm kind of fulfilling that void, you know, and it's doing more detriment to me than helping me. And I need to transform this. So that's why I made that
Yeah, I'm
correlation.
glad you said that, because we never discuss our daddy issues. That's why I love Kendrick's song "Father Time" off his, you know, Mr. Morale and the Big Step, because men be having issues with their father too. Like, we be wanting our dads to show up in a certain way, and when they don't, it does affect us.
Perfect. Good point, brother. And doing the whole point of the Man Heal Thyself celebration this weekend with the Sacred Woman is to commemorate these brothers that went through the 12-week rites of passage, right? Inspired by this book, right? The first chapter, Man Heal Thyself, the Wellness Warrior's Guide to Self-Mastery, deals with forgiveness. And the first chapter is family of unity and wealth, right? So we tell the men that in order to tap into the wealth of your family, right, you must unify yourself. And the first assignment we give the brothers is to write a forgiveness letter to their fathers. Because like you said, Charlamagne, a lot of men have these issues with the fathers, and write the forgiveness letter from the point of going into the meditation from the wounded child, you know, and from the 5-year-old or the 10-year-old or the 15-year-old that felt neglected. And the letter is just to you to journal and just to forgive yourself for not maybe having the strength to maybe deal with the neglect and deal with the disconnect at the time. And like you said, brother, when men are not able to process that unprocessed check energy just goes and it travels over time, and then we just implode. And that's a lot of our men, right? And so the whole spirit of Man Heal Thyself is to encourage men to be warriors of wellness. So like to fight, use the same fight that we fight every day to hustle and get money and do what we have to do to survive. Imagine using that same type of protocol for yourself, right? And going within and doing the work holistically to bring yourself whole again, you know? And so the first step is forgiveness. You know, a lot of times we don't forgive. We just, I'm not going to forgive that. I'm just going to keep going. And eventually we become deficit because we don't, right? So that's the first thing we want to do, is to encourage men to restore that. You know, so that's.
How do you get the men that come into your space to be like vulnerable? Because I think, you know, men want to heal and all the things, but
Right.
it's different when you're actually there and you're like, I'm with all these other people and I have to do it.
Yes. So what works about the Man Heal Thyself rites of passage is that, you know, it's a no judgment zone. You know, we have men from all walks of life that come, and we just we allow men just to communicate what has been on his heart without any judgment. Because when a man has the space to just communicate without any judgment, he's his authentic self.
That's right.
Right? And then he's around other men that are also using testimony of this is what I went through, man. I went through that too. So now you have a camaraderie of men that have shared experiences from different backgrounds, and they're able to really express themselves in a way that allows them to begin the healing process. And so every 7 days we give brothers holistic wellness challenges to do when we're not in formation together. And then we come back together and we build on that. You know, what were you able to do these assignments? How was those questions able to open up for you? How were you doing your morning rituals and your movement meditation, which I call exercise? This is the different challenges we give these brothers. And we find that the more they're able to share and then go out from us and do the work and come back and report that work, that creates that wellness bond, you know? And so now you're around other men that are doing the work, you know, in real time. And so that's what allows them to open up more.
And then it just takes that one brother to come up to break the ice.
Absolutely.
Right? And then after that, everybody want to pour out.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know that it's okay to communicate because men are trained to just, you know, hold it in. Don't show that you're vulnerable. Don't show that you're suffering in pain. So that's why I see men. I remember it was just a month ago. A brother, he had a heart attack, a stroke, and they put a stent in so that the blood can flow to his heart. And he said if he did not get to the doctor at the hospital, one day later, he would have not been here. And so when he sat down with me with his wife, and I was telling him things he needed to do, and he said, I'm going to have to live on this medication for the rest of my life, I've been told. So I said, no, nature can help you and guide you. So then he began to cry. He said, I want to be here for my family. So it takes a lot of shifting and working because we are addicted. The system has set up addictions on all levels, and we're all numbing out. And all the numbing is why we're doing this ascension. I went to Savers Day, and I really, I needed to go, and I went because that was another liberation front for our people. And so Ascension is like Savers Day.
Wow.
That's how I see
Salute
it.
to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
And so having that means that we all can come together from different spiritual houses, though, different walks of life, different economic levels, different levels of healing. Those who are just starting out have no clue, and those who know what to do and they are healers and active. And we all come together to share, to grow, to heal, to bond, to make shifts in our families. So it can be done strategically. Every one of us goes back into our home as we're going along the way, the journey, and we're shifting our homes. Our kitchens are becoming healing laboratories. So what? Your mate is depressed, angry. There's a tea for that. There's a soup for that. There's a salad for that. There's a juice for that. It's in the medicine, it's in the food. Like we're looking the wrong way. The medicine is in the food. You say, I have pain, we'll have turnip juice. You said, I'm stressed out, have celery. Put that into your soup. I have an infection, use scallions and onions and garlic. So, and a lot of things we already have in our kitchen lab. We just have to know how to use it and have the conviction, because we can go right past our medicine if we cannot recognize it. But then we also have the bathroom. It's not a bathroom. That's your hydrotherapy room. That's where you can de-stress. If you have mental issues, emotional issues, you run a bath. You soak in that tub. That stress is constricted. You just circle in the water. You can go to the ocean and just let it go.
I wanted to ask you, Queen. Okay.
I wanted to know, and don't take it as disrespect. Do you ever feel guilty? When I mean guilty, you see so many people that pass away with so many different things. Do you ever feel guilty? So, like sometimes, like I wish I would have been able to put my arm around them. I wish I would have been able to talk to them. I wish I would have been able to get to them. Do you ever feel that way? Because you talk about helping so many people, but there's so many people that could have been helped if they would have started a long time ago. Does that ever pass through your head?
All the time, every time. And I say, I wish they would have known me. Because I could walk down the street, people say, oh, Queen, you remember I couldn't conceive and I have a baby? Remember when I had cancer? I just walked down, I'm just going to the bank. I'm going to the grocery store. So.
You've reached out to me about people. I said you've reached out to me about people.
Well, I was in Atlanta, and for 1 year, nothing but CEOs came to see me every month, and I took them 3 days, 3-day intensive. Remember, Erica Ford was one of the first ones.
Erica, absolutely.
And she didn't hide anything. She filmed everything, and I gave her a kidney liver flush. She filmed that, and all this mucus just poured out of her in one time. I said, that's the respiratory, that's the shortness of breath, that's the this. And I just kept giving her the nutrients, the herbs, and everything, and she was able, and that's on and on. So yes, I do feel every time a great one, or just a community person, or I feel everything.
I hear so many stories about somebody having a stroke or a heart attack at a young age, or
and it's unnecessary.
Colon cancer, or they have all these things. By the time they find out about it, it's usually too late.
You know what? The ones that get to, when you're at the end of the road, that's when people come see me. When they've tried everything and I'm able to get them, I'm able to catch them. A multimillionaire one time asked, he said, so what do you really do for people? I said, I catch them. I catch them right at the point where they have nothing else to do. They can't go any other place. They've tried everything. Nature doesn't fail. It's not me. It's nature. I just know how to pull nature together, whether it be breath, movement, prayer, affirmation, the food, the juices. I know what can put together, and I can read. I read the people. I read them energetically through their elements. We are literally elementals. So when you can see what's happening in your respiratory element, and then you take the right food, juice, and herb, it's a holistic prescription. So this moment right here in this sacred space is an example. You will allow me to speak to more people so people will heal each other, because it's not a one healer. It's never going to be one person. It's going to be all of us galvanizing, and not crabs in the barrel, not Willie Lynch, but being able to recognize and move together. So what I've been thinking every day is how to bring all that energy together. So the channel came here, the Breakfast Club. Let's have breakfast together. Let's have a real breakfast. My son chop up something, make a juice, and here we all go, 21-day days. And what will that do for the masses? It will be a not mass incarceration, but mass freedom. Holistic freedom, because the food is violent. What we're taking is causing a heart attack. That's violence. Causing a stroke. That's violence. Hysterectomy. That's violence. Losing your baby at midstream on the 4th month. That's violent acts. Attracting toxic relationships that's causing more violence. If we would put this as a test, and through the voice of this work right in this circle, I feel this circle, and I know that we would hit the masses. And when someone that we would want to be on this planet leaves like that, or about to leave, they would say, wait a minute, that detox. Wait a minute, kitchen lab. Wait a minute, that hydrotherapy room. I have some tools that I can use. Wait a minute, that juice with 75% liquid. If we knew that, okay, your lungs are out, then you take 2 scallions, all right? Drop that in the juicer. Okay, your blood is toxic. Okay, drop some greens in the because that will clean out the blood, or the berries. Say your circulation is off, your kidneys are failing, so you can use some cucumbers or some watercress, and just making a juice every single day. Well, then all of a sudden you say, wait a minute, I don't need that meat or less of it. I'm not taking that fried food that's clogging up and giving me a heart attack and a stroke. I'm not taking that sugar that's causing me to have rage and stress. And arthritis, aches, and pains. Listen, I'm in my 70s, and I do yoga. The little young girls, 20 and 30, these are my students, and they said, Queen, you just out yogaing us. And I know I'm no one special. I think we all have it. It's just a consistency. What happened when we get better, we don't stick with it.
Yeah.
We fall off. We think we did it. I've been there and done that. Ain't no been there and done that. I'm still healing myself now.
Wow.
I'm healing myself every day. Before I walked out the door, I said, the Uber's here. Okay, let me get some green light right now, right quick, in the system. So, and I got some cherries in my bag. I'm saying that it's a real life.
A lifestyle.
And if you really want, it's a lifestyle. And if you really want the real life, and I would charge everyone in this circle to be the front leaders. And then you say, okay, with these 7 days, this is what happened to me. And testify. This is what happened in my family. And this is what happened. I don't have that pain now. And this is what happened. My bones, my joints, my knees, my this. Because everyone loves you and everyone respects you. So we won't hear so many people saying, my so-and-so is about to leave. They're in critical. They'll know that there's a place that showed them a way.
I want to ask you a question, right? Supernova said he referred to his father as a killer and you as the healer. Why were you not able to catch him?
You have to want it. You can't. I never impose. I never force. Even if someone's close to me, I show. I demonstrate. I'll help. I'll serve. I'll run the bath. I'll make the juices. I'll put the clay pack on. I will do all the work. I love it. But if one doesn't really want it, there's a resistance. Because when you come with anyone, you're not marrying just that human being. You're marrying a family.
Yeah.
You're marrying the stress of the family. You're marrying the pain of the family.
Wow.
You're marrying the DNA, trauma, drama. You're marrying 400 years of chattel slavery. You're marrying all the inconsistencies, and that's what you're really marrying. That's why families have to come together and heal. because it's not just a man and a woman. You close the door. Yeah, it's all that. And I know that's why the Most High sent me up to Harlem on Tuesday to do yoga and meditation to fight domestic violence in those women, and they are healing. And I was give shout out to Stephanie McGraw for one. We all really matter, because it's really going to take, shout out to Erica Ford for stopping the gun violence. But when I was in Atlanta, Stephanie McGraw was on one end, and Erica Ford was on the other end, and they brought their team for the healing, so that their team could help the community. So it's a spiraling out. So the leadership has got to heal. I have 3 pastors going to meet me next month. They said, and these are female pastors, and one from Baltimore, one from Harlem, one from Brooklyn. I said, so you coming for your personal healing? Okay. She said, yes. I said, about your congregation. She said, you mean if I learn this? So I have a training. And this is called the Green Life Detox Coach Practitioner Training. It's a 12-week training. It starts in September. So we cover 103 diseases, from soup to nuts, what to do for everything. I teach you how to do a 21-day detox for your group, your congregation, your spiritual house, your circle, your community. I teach you how to do consultations and energy readings so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. The books are included. The books are the Soul Food Vegan Kitchen, the Healer's Unity Kitchen, the Fastest Detox Kitchen, the Liberation Soup Kitchen, the Manifestation Lunch Kitchen, and the Sun Food Kitchen. The formulas are included. The Green Life for your nutrition, your brain, your memory, your immune system, clay for aches and pains, the breath of life for your lungs. This is 50 years. I'm a walk-in holistic hospital. I know exactly what to do because the Creator gave it to me because I was so sick. And that's why I'm so convicted. I said, if I can get out of my sickness as a 60-year-old with arthritis, with chronic bedridden PMS, your PMS have nothing. The level I was on, I was like death's door every month. And then the asthma, the allergies, and the eczema, and all that stuff going on, the sleep apnea. And I got out of that in 21, 42, 78 days of detoxing my life.
So when's the last time you've been to the actual hospital?
When's the last time what?
You've been to the actual hospital
for a problem.
When I had my children.
Wow.
The hospital's in my house.
Right.
But
Now,
what's a hospital?
Right. Because what I want to say, what would you say to people that are scared to go to the hospital, right? Because even when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was scared to have her in the hospital. Even like after I had her, like with the issue I just said, my PMS and everything, I'm scared to go to the hospital because I just don't know if they're gonna put me on a medicine that messes up something else, right? You go to the hospital and to get prescribed drugs or whatever, prescribed medicine or whatever. You take that for one issue and then it creates another issue. So then you have to go back months later to be prescribed something else for something else that messes up something else. So what do you say to people that are afraid of actual clinics and urgent cares and hospitals and ERs?
This is such a crossword war conversation. I'm going to watch my words. I'm going to do my breath. I'm in a state of meditation. I'm in a trance because may your next move be your best move. May your next statement, this is what I'm going to say. When someone comes to see me, I say, continue seeing your physician, but take on a holistic lifestyle for real. I'm going to lay out exactly what you need to do from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. When you go back to your physician after a month, they're going to cut back on your medication. Go do another 21 days, they're going to cut back. By the time you get to the 12 weeks, they may cut it out or say, that surgery we was thinking about giving you, we're seeing that you have improved. We don't know why you have improved. There was a doctor that we connected, Dr. Bernard Sheridan, 13 years ago. We connected because so many of her patients were getting better, and she asked some questions. She said, right in Brownsville, I'm in Brooklyn, Crown Heights. She said, why is this, what is going on with you? You're improving. And she said, well, I went to see Queen Afua. Okay. Why you improve? It would be this issue, that issue. I went to see Queen Afua. I did a 21-day. I started to change my lifestyle. I started to really get serious and just kept going. And so she said, I want to meet her, and I wanted to meet this medical doctor. I wanted us to work together. So we did a clinical test of my detox, my products, at her clinic. See that when you can get the allopathic medicine and the holistic medicine, and you can bring them together, it's called due respect. Because sometimes somebody may come in, they can take all your formulations and all that and get all the information, and they go ahead and have fried chicken, and go ahead and candy yams with the sugar in it, and they're gonna have their Kool-Aid, and they're gonna have all the stuff that's gonna hurt them, and they're gonna say, "Well, I did a little green life." So they're still in the hands and the clutches of the disease. So they're going to need some of that medication because they're not, their bodies are so toxic after 20, 30, 40 years of sickness, they're going to need to have both in some cases. But many times, you probably don't need that anymore because that's why you're saying this out loud. Right now, what you need is the wellness. And I definitely want to give you the service because you are going to tell the other women, because the Black women are suffering in silence, and hysterectomies is becoming the norm.
Yeah.
If you have, and you know, when it's the three things: when you have heavy bleeding and clotting, when you have a long menstrual flow, when you're throwing up and all that, and you have a fibroid tumor on top of it, and your menstruation is 7 days, that is a sure pipeline. I wrote it all out. It's like, boom. They're gonna, by the time you're 40 or 45, the doctor will say, "Have you had a child? You have a child? Okay, so why don't you go ahead and get a hysterectomy?" As if that's going to solve anything. There's a whole nother line of issues that come even after the hysterectomy. And the women are bewildered because they're saying, "I get the hysterectomy and I'm still feeling hurt. I'm hurting." And it's like a big gap. But I'm saying for those who had a hysterectomy, don't have no shame. Just put the clay pack on, the castor oil pack. Invert your body. One of the women who's domestic violently abused, she told me yesterday, she said, "Queen, I'm doing so much better. My heart just blossomed for her." She says, "I'm loving on myself, and I'm not allowing certain conversations to happen anymore. And I'm just inverting, and every time she come, I give her a green life and to do the breathings to encourage her." So now she's changing her diet, her lifestyle, and her frequency is shifting, and her attitude. She says, "I'm not going to go back to that violent home. I'm not going to," because we know we're repeaters. We go back into the jail, incarceration, we go back into the toxic relationship, we go back to the toxic food because we're in a trap. But I have figured out how to break the trap. What you put in your mouth and your relationships around you will help break that trap. That's why I have the workshops. That's why I work with groups. I work with groups because we heal each other too. By even having a conversation out loud, because a lot of times we don't even speak, we just silently live with it as if that's a life sentence. Sickness is a trap. It's a life sentence if you don't know how to get out of it.
Do I gotta stop smoking? That's
Let me tell you, honey. Let me tell you something. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Weed.
I'm not gonna make you stop to do it. I'm gonna just give you your master herbal. Take that two cups a day. A month from now, I remember my brother. My brother was a chain smoker. May he rest in peace.
Dang.
He got.
That's your answer, Jess.
Did I say
would
that?
you like to continue? Would you like?
I didn't say that.
Dang. Was it cigarettes or marijuana that he liked to smoke?
It was cigarettes.
Oh shit. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah.
Because even the marijuana is saying, "I'm unhappy about something." You got a lot going for you, but there may be that 10%, that one thing that just eats at your spirit. And the only way out you feel right now is if I got to get something just to soothe my spirit. But after a while, if you made it a tea, that might be a different story. But it's not a tea; you're smoking it, and that's what impacts your respiratory system. So you got to just watch what you ingest and how you ingest. So I would lay out your breakfast, your liver flush, your liquid breakfast, your solid breakfast, your liquid lunch, your solid lunch, your liquid dinner, your solid dinner. When the sun goes down, liquefy. Intermittent fasting. In 21 days, your mind will be clear, your energy will be up, and you'll be so at peace with your spirit, and that wound will be healed.
So there's no medicinal benefits to marijuana?
What's that?
There's no medicinal benefits to marijuana? It's a herb.
It is.
Well, I'm not here to debate it because I'm just saying you won't need so much because people are really doing it. They're not using it for medicine oftentimes. They're using it to soothe their nervous system because they're traumatized. Right? They're traumatized from how they was raised. They're traumatized from the system, the systemic system. They're traumatized through racism on the job. One woman says, she works in corporate America. She was 78. She took my yoga class 2 weeks ago. She said, I got out of corporate work and I feel like my whole self, I'd have to be two personalities. So even to have two personalities, that's going to mess your spirit up because you're going to suppress your real nature. So when she leaves the job, now all of a sudden she's this, out. But when she was there, she had to be something else and someone else and be dictated to and told what to do, you know. So a lot of things, we have to do self-inventory.
Right.
And say, what is it that we really want to accomplish in this healing? Lay out your plan. The Creator has a plan for us. And so lay out, where is it mental issue you got to heal up? Is it emotional issue you have to heal up? Is it financial? It's all these traps that we're in. Which trap are you in? Identify that and then take the journey with me. Once you take the journey with me, you're going to be, the trap's going to just drop off your shoulder, drop off your lap, drop out your life, your household. Now, some things in your household are going to change. Some relationships that you have, they're not going to be there anymore. So you got to be prepared to let go of whatever that trap is. Or some relationships will be healed up and resolved. So all of it is a lifestyle. And once you get on the lifestyle, so the Green Life Detox training is twofold. It heals you, and then it heals everybody in your community. My work heals me. If I decide I'm going to come off and have a normal, what people call normal, which is death, if I have a normal life, I would not be here any further because my lungs would shut back down. It's all waiting for me. It's already set up through my bloodline. My bones I would be, you know, kind of limping. I would not be able to do what I'm doing. My mind would be leaving. So this is what happens because we are addicted. And so this is an intervention right now. Anyone who's listening to this is recognizing, wait a minute, what kind of trap am I in? That's dictating my health and my well-being. I went to a prison upstate to give 100 books when the book Heal Thyself came out. And one brother said, I've been here in 20 times. That's his home. Probably when he go, his high five, I'm back again.
Yeah, he must have had a boyfriend in there.
What's
He must have had a boyfriend in there.
Well, see, y'all got a lot of stuff going in here, and I ain't gonna get to that conversation.
See?
Well,
the whole room here.
Oh,
We all need to be at the festival. Ascension 2025.
So we know all our relationships are really us. You know, that's another thing. I wrote a book called Impeccable Listening, and I realized that all our relationships are us. And there's a book called It's All Me. So it's just that's the name of it. You open up, you see your mirror of yourself. That's it. So when you argue, you're mad about your mother, you're mad about your father, you're mad about your friends, you're mad about your coworkers. Actually, they are reflections of whatever you may be going through.
That's real.
And whatever's inside of you shows up in this person, that person, this person, that, and they don't stop. You know, when you're in a relationship, you think it's over. It's like, oh, that's over. I'm done with that. I'm not gonna go through that again. Then next, you shake your hand to the next situation. Oh, how you doing? I'm back in another trap a month later. So if you don't have some quiet time inside yourself, that's where the fastest kitchen comes in. Yeah. If you don't have even nighttime fasting, when the sun goes down, don't eat more. That liquefy. We're 75% liquid. So when you get into a liquid flow, you get into a harmonic flow. And then you don't keep attracting and creating the same relationship over and over again. Women get angry with men. They start saying, all of them are alike. No, they're not alike. You alike.
Damn.
You're the same. You haven't made the necessary changes in your own life, in your own heart. Black men giving up on black women. The same thing.
What juice you got for that?
What?
What juice you got for that?
All right, I see that vibe coming up because you're mad about something. Okay, it's okay, honey, because it ain't going to happen again because this conversation is going to shift everything.
Period.
You did just say period?
Sorry.
One period. It is the period. It's a new period now. It's called 1 day. It's called 1 day menstrual flow. No pain, no stress, no anxiety. In your peace state. Because when you raise your frequency, you don't have those issues. Even if the issues are coming, somebody say to me, Queen, are you upset with me? I said, I never got upset, man. I forgot about what happened. Okay, really? Because I'm not holding on to that.
Right.
I'm just learning from it. Because every experience we've ever had in our life, it's a lesson. Study your life. If you could study your life, you could know who you are, what you are, why you are, and say, wait a minute, what did I do then? Who was I in that relationship? That's what we do in Sacred Women. One of the gateways, in the gateway of Ma'at, there's also the BITCH, because the BITCH comes because she, 400 years a chattel slave, a lot happened to us, right? And we carry that over into next generation. And so all that suppression and all that hurt and all that violence makes us fight each other and curse each other out and go in a state of rage. So I take the women and I say, okay, let's clean out that heart. Let's clean out that emotion. And there's a symbol, and the symbol is a feather. A whole nation was based on a feather. What kind of mystical people were or are we? How you gonna have a whole system based on a feather of Ma'at? Because the feather represents your heart. If your heart is broken or wounded, you'll create another broken, wounded relationship. And another broken, wounded relationship. And by the time you have enough broken, wounded relationships, and you add on some fried chicken and some steak and some fried rice and all that, you're clogged up with the rage. So that's why you got to go through a detox, a physical detox, a verbal detox, because we can curse each other down.
That's right.
That's in the Gateway of Sacred Women, the word. You can actually, I practice not talking bad about my people, no matter what. Because that is just as diseased as the food. Rather than talk bad about them, go help them.
That's the hardest one.
Sometimes they
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's the
people be
hard.
tripping.
I like to help. I love to be of service, and I love to help, but it is very hard.
But you know why? Because we're toxic.
Yeah.
Like you said, people don't want it. So people don't even
They don't want
my
it. That's
help.
okay.
You know
But
what I mean?
somebody
So I'm
does
like,
want it. And you
go
know
ahead.
what? If enough of us want it, the greatness, the most high's blessing, then it will pour out. And then the ones who don't want it, eventually, they may not hear you directly, but they'll hear somebody in the class.
Right.
They'll read an article. They'll listen to the Breakfast Club. It takes about 3 or 4 different experiences for someone to wake up. It's not going to be just from what you're doing, but it's going to be a ripple. When they are ready, the floodgates open up for them, and they can all of a sudden, life starts to change for them, and help starts to come, and relationships start to get healthier. I see it all the time. I see it in my own life. You know, I have so much to look forward. As the older I get, the better I get.
That's right.
I know she ran over here to me. I was like, "You 70? What? Running over here?" That's right, girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to ask you something, Supernova, because
Yes.
you shared a post, and it made me, something Queen Afua said made me think about it. You said, the best revenge is to do nothing. The best revenge is to do nothing. Have you always been able to operate that way, or did you have to learn that level of forgiveness and letting things go?
Yeah, I had to learn that. Because I realized that when you see, the revenge is an external action, right? And initially you may feel justified by getting it, right? But over time you realize this ain't really adding up for me. Like, I got my get back, but why am I still feeling empty? And so when you make a correlation, I think it's very important with healing in any situation, right? The cause and effect. I'm here. How did I get here? That's the question you ask yourself. How do I get here? Right? And how do I feel now that I'm here? Right? It's kind of like a reflection, And then when you keep asking those questions, you're questing on, right? And then you find yourself going back within yourself and addressing. Well, how do I get to the place of the revenge? How did I get to the place of feeling that I need to attract this situation to me? Now you got the revenge, you got your get back, but the more you go within and you start to self-correct and move some things around, to really refit yourself, then the output is you start attracting things that reflect the shift, right? So I start to look within and move some things around. And then I realized that I stopped attracting situations that I had to get my get back to, And so I put the onus in that. I put the target became, or the movement became going within. And really doing that and sitting in that more allowed me to shift the things outside myself, to either repel, get them away from me, right, or attract and align.
Now, let's tell people where to buy the books and where to get tickets for Ascension 2025, because Queen Afua will be here till 1 o'clock. How do they get the books, Queen?
Okay, you can get the books. This is a series of 7. It's on Amazon. It just showed up yesterday. Thank you, Kazi, for making it happen. And so those are the 7 books you can get. And you get it as a series because they're prescriptions. They're holistic prescriptions. So you may just stay in the Soul Food Vegan Kitchen and get that Southern soul food, that Caribbean soul food, that Nigerian soul food, that Mexican soul food, because it's all taste, texture, and the aroma and all of that. That's the soul of that family. So you may be in the soul food. So you can get that at Amazon, and all the books at different levels and different stages of your development. And then your family members, one family member say, I want to do the manifestation because I'm messing up with my lunch. After lunch, most people are tired. They're looking at the clock because they ate some heavy food. They can't even function after that. So the manifestation lunch kitchen suggestions will help. And the soup kitchen is the simplest one. Because you can make a pot of soup and have a salad and green juice and a tea, and you're good to go. That can get you through as you're making your transition. You're letting go of some of those habits. So that's Amazon. And then for your tickets, you can go on queenafua.com and get your tickets. And
QUEENAFUA.com.
I do have one more question, my last question. What does ascension on this realm look like to you?
Wow. Ascension maintain. Ascension is a daily practice. It's every time you wake up, you get another moment, another breath. You say, today I'm going to ascend. Today I'm going to take myself to higher ground. Today I'm going to let go of some of my toxic attitudes or words or thoughts. Today I'm going to eat healthier. Today I'm going to forgive my family members, my mother, my father. Today I'm going to ascend. So that's a practice, a daily practice. When we finally get to the group collective ascension, then it's a mass ascension, because we're actually seeing each other's reflection. Like I'm in this space now, and I'm going through an ascension right here. When I came in, you greeted me. You said, "Hi, Queen, welcome back." I said, "Okay, this is my home. Oh my goodness, this is an ascension of communication." So for me, everything we do can ascend us to higher ground. We don't have to be depressed about it. We don't have to numb out our lives. We don't have to go in a corner and feel like nobody's understanding us. If you call on your ascension, just speak it in your soul. Say, I want to ascend today. Today is my day to overcome my pain, my sorrow, my woundedness, my brokenness. I don't want that surgery. I don't want this toxic relationship that I'm living with. I don't want this poverty. I'm ascending today, and some money's going to come through. Some goodness is going to come through. Some shifts in the family is going to come through. Everybody's got to go through some level of ascension, or it's the purified die. That's one of the affirmations.
Surely I realize.
Come on now. Come on.
You're the highest of the high.
Hey, yes. Come on.
If you don't know it,
Come on.
Then don't ever wonder.
Hey! Hey! That's ascension. That's ascension. Hey! You did it.
Queens, we love you. We love you. We love you, Queen Afua. We value you. We appreciate you. Supernova, same. Please keep holding our queen down, man, protecting your mother. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
love y'all, man.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?